It's a significant date for thousands of Canadians who attended Indian residential schools. Midnight is the deadline for residential school survivors who are applying for the independent assessment review process. That's a process set up to resolve claims of physical or sexual abuse or other wrongful acts while attending a residential school. Terry Vogt reports.
Sharon Curley-Ryder was among those hoping for an extension of the claims deadline. When that didn't happen, she was forced to make a tough decision. Did she have the courage to come forward and face her fears?
I didn't want to go through all that, to dig up the old wounds and just kind of move forward and heal over that. But it affects our children, our grandchildren, and I'd like to set a path for them in the future. So kind of deal with things and perhaps make it easier for others to confront their issues.
It's very difficult for some people to go back to their childhood abuse. Some of them have not dealt with it. And so now maybe some of them are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. So it's difficult for them.
In many parts of Canada, attending Indian residential schools was mandatory, a policy that separated over 150,000 Aboriginal children from their families and communities. Band officials say a lot of those residential school survivors are still afraid to come forward, but they're urging those individuals to file a claim before the deadline, even if they have no intention of following through with it.
They can change their mind after they fill out their application. At least they have the option of withdrawing their application. But if you did not apply, there's no options. You pretty well have lost that opportunity to go for an IAP claim.
The registration process is being streamlined in order to make things easier for those who are filing claims. Staff will only be taking basic information at this time, doing follow-up interviews at a later date.
I've sort of had to face my fears.
Sharon Curley-Ryder says the deadline has forced her to come forward in hopes of healing herself and building a better future for her children and grandchildren. Terry Vogt, CTV News, on the Blood Reserve.
The claims office will be open until 7 o'clock tonight to take last-minute applications. It's located in the Community Health Center in Standoff.